In today's class, I am going to take a class over how to manage a bank account system. How to manage bank account. Okay, to simulation. Just like simulation means your deposit request. Whenever you deposit the money, that will be deposited and balance will be shown. Whenever you send a request, okay, choose a request for withdraw, so your amount will be withdrawn. And if you choose for any balance, okay, options will be there, and 1 2 3 4 like that options, 1 for deposit and 2 for withdraw, 3 for your balance checking, 4 for exit of the exit. Okay, so it is somewhat simulation. So as per that simulation, we need to manage a bank account. Okay, so that program, it it must allow us to perform the operations, transactions, account transaction, that is what deposit, withdraw, balance check and exit, through a menu driven interface. So we need to create a menu driven interface. Okay, menu means what? uh, Initially at first, a menu will be displayed: 1 for deposit, 2 for withdraw, 3 for balance, 4 for exit, like that. That is a menu driven. Okay, let us start the code. First of all, then after class name. It is concerning with bank account. So create a class. Column is common in so one class bank account created. So within this, objects are what? Bank accounts holders. Account holders are the all of the objects of this class bank account. Account holders are the objects, and methods are what? That method deposit, next withdraw, balance check, exit. These are the methods. Okay. So as per this, we need to create the program. So we will do one thing here. The core functionality means which is related with your class definitions, methods. This will be called core functionality. That will be kept under class. Okay. Next, what we will do one more thing. That logic, main logic will be executed. That will be kept in main function. Okay, we will write the code like that. I will explain why the main function will be taken here to execute the main logic. First of all, I am going to do here. First of all, class variable, that is what? Share with the bank name all objects. This is a bank name is a class variable which will be shared with commonly. It is common to all objects. So this common class variable will be shared along with all objects. Next, what will we do? Next, we will create a method called double underscore method called initialize to initialize the class for objects. Okay. Here, this initialization method will be used to initialize the object and to alert the values to the object properties. So here we need to keep some parameters. That is what account name, account number. AC means account. Okay, account number. Next is what? parameter, not checking. Okay, the balance parameter will be used. Okay, its initialization will be 0. We need to, whenever this constructor will be called for the balance, we need to give the argument as 0. Now come to the point. Next, def is what? One more string function underscore string function bracket within this cell. I told you many times this string method will be used. Method or function, don't confuse that. Here it is a method, but inside of your class. Okay. So here this will be used for what purpose? Return keyword must be there. I told you that many times in string function to represent the object as a string. String representation of the object. The formatted string here. Okay. Now here we need to mention that name of what? Account. Okay. Inside of this flower braces self dot name, because I told you that many times if you want to call the parameters only by self, okay, we can call to access other parameters of the double underscore method. They are called instance variable by only self parameter. Okay. Next, AC is what? Account. Inside of that, okay, we need to keep here name, some parameter name is equal. Otherwise, separators like double color. Okay. So that the value and what? Value and your string both will be separated. Next word, then common property. One common property. So here if I do like this, okay, self dot balance. Balance equal to so balance equal to self dot balance. That self dot balance, that is very, dot is very important. So balance equal to self dot balance is to be kept inside of the braces. Okay, that is very important. Now this is clear. So these will come under your main core functionality. Under the core functionality, what happens? Your all the classes and method definitions. Okay. Next, this, okay. Now, as I told you that it is a menu-driven interface, no? So some operations to be, the program must allow deposit, withdraw, balance, check and exit operations. Huh? So they are the part of your, that the method operations. They must be under your core functionality. So one more method here, that is the deposit method. Okay. Under this deposit method, self parameter compulsory. Under this self parameter, we need to keep a parameter amount. Why amount? Deposited amount. Okay. Now under this print, see, at that whenever you deposit the amount, one message to be displayed. That message is what? Your amount is your amount. Which amount? Whatever the deposited amount. Huh? Your amount deposited amount. Okay. Your deposited successfully. Deposited successfully. Next comma, then after so next whenever deposited, so whenever deposited that moment balance to be displayed. Okay, balance to be displayed. The balance is what? Balance to be displayed. This is what. So here let us see what happened. So we will create a variable amount is equal. Now what happened? Whenever your amount is deposited, so deposited, that moment amount is equal to what? That amount will be added to the balance. Okay, so whatever you deposit, that amount that will be added to the previous balance. So amount is equal to amount plus balance. So now this code can be written also like this: amount plus equal to balance. Both are same. Try to understand. Amount is equal to amount plus balance, otherwise amount plus equal to balance. Both are same. Okay, so if you want to keep this comment, you keep, that is not a problem. Now after that what happened? Print whenever you deposit the money, one message to be displayed. Okay, that is what? Print your amount. Your amount means whatever the amount you have deposited, that will be stored in a variable amount. From there amount will be taken. Okay, so your amount, whatever the amount you have deposited successfully. Now balance. So balance is what? Balance means, so directly we can't take the balance here. Self dot balance. Okay, self dot balance. So let us see what happened. Now next, come to the next one more method we need to write here, that is def withdraw method. Withdraw method means bracket, then after colon down. It is a self method, that is very important. You need to write self method as. Now under this word balance equal to what? Balance equal to amount minus withdraw. Amount, whatever the amount minus withdraw, that will be called what? Your balance. Okay, now after this, after the withdrawal, so one message to be displayed, that is what? Then that message like what? Print bracket. Okay, here step of message, your withdrawal amount, here withdraw. Okay, so that withdraw amount. Okay, your withdraw means that amount whatever you have requested for. So initially it is a menu driven interface. Whenever you enter 2 means you are requesting for withdraw. That moment whatever the amount you have typed, that amount will be stored in a variable withdraw. Okay, variable withdraw, and that moment that amount will be taken, here. So suppose 2000, your 2000 rupees request, your 2000 rupees withdrawal request, your 2000 rupees successfully successfully withdrawn, successfully done. Okay, your okay. Now then after here balance to be shown after the withdrawal. So balance is what? Amount, deposited amounts minus withdraw, then message will be given, your request successfully, request for withdrawal successfully done, then balance will be shown here. This is one method. So one next method is what? For this is for your balance check. Balance. The balance check method, what it does? Under this balance check method, what we need to do? The balance. Okay, balance must be shown. Okay, balance, how the balance must be shown? Print, okay, your balance, your balance, colon, comma, balance. Okay, now how many operations we have written here? 3 operations. One is for deposit. Okay, one method created for deposit. This deposit, withdraw, balance checking, these are called your account transactions. So as per that, we have created the methods so that whenever user requesting for any operation, transactions for to deposit the money, to withdraw the money, these are transactions, to balance, for checking of balance, so that moment that particular method must be executed. Okay, so now this is all called core functionality. Core functionality core functionality which is related with the actions, transactions, okay, method and operations. So they are part of your core functionality. Now the main logic that will be kept separately, which will be written in the main function. So these core functionality and that logic, main logic which is to be executed, both must be kept separately. Otherwise, I will explain why. Okay. Now, what happened here? As I told you that this is the main core functionality. Under here, what we are doing? Let us see. Check back. Okay. What are we are doing here? One method I have created, that is for deposit transaction. So self comma amount. Amount is what? It is a parameter that will be taken from your main function. I will explain whenever the core executing main function will be main logic will be written, that moment I will explain. This is the deposit, this amount, this parameter for your depositing amount. Okay. Now as I have written here, see, this is okay. Under the withdraw method, under the self, okay, same parameter, amount also we need to take. Why? Because amount we need to take here. Why? Because whenever you want to withdraw, that moment we need to write one condition here. If, okay, if balance, if amount, okay, your requested amount, withdraw amount, less than or equal to, okay, self dot balance, column. What is this condition? If amount, what amount? Requested amount, withdrawal amount is less than or equal to self dot balance. Okay, that moment print a message. What message? This message, print your Okay, what message? This message, print your withdrawal successfully done. Then after, balance will be self dot balance. Okay, your withdrawal successfully done. Okay, then self dot balance. Current balance is your self dot balance. Okay, you can write here current balance. Okay, self balance. So now next, this is over. If the requested withdrawal amount that is less than or equal to self dot balance, okay, so withdrawal transaction can be done. If it is not equal to, okay, so your request is greater than, so that moment, else condition, if your request is greater than, your withdrawal request is, that request amount you are requesting for more than the balance, that moment one statement that is to be printed, okay, insufficient funds, okay, understood that. Insufficient funds, so this is okay. Under the balance, it is a self method, that is very important. Self print, whenever you are requesting for balance, print your balance is equal to self dot balance. Okay, now all we have written the, now see what happened here. Up to here, this is called your total code, called what, your core functionality. Up to here, this is called your core functionality. Okay, next, up to here, this is called your core functionality. So the main logic which is to be executed, now we need to write now. Okay, so I told you that under the core functionality, what will be the code? Your class and your transaction methods and any class variables you have defined, any instance variables, everything that is to be kept inside of your core functionality. And now we will write the execution logic, that is main execution logic. So that main execution logic that must be written and separately. Def main is what? It is a function, main function that is to be executed. See the difference between all the methods, your initialization method, string function, deposit, transactions for deposit, withdraw, check balance, okay, balance, everything is under class. Margin I have maintained, but the main function I have written outside of the class. That is very important. Under this, create an object. Object for what? Object is what? Account holder. Okay, first account holder, any account holder, you write simply account holder, otherwise casing. Okay, account holder, account. Okay. Account is what? An object. Object for what? This class, bank account class. Bank account class. Class means bracket. Then that moment we need to, whenever we are we have created a default constructor and object created for class. That moment we need to pass the arguments for name and account. Name and account, that's very important. So name, you need to pass your what name. Suppose my name, I am the account holder of SBI. Suppose account holder of SBI. Okay. Vasu, comma. Next parameter is what? Account. Okay. Account. Object created, you can simply say that if you start with the account, first account 1. Okay. So for that AC parameter, so you can account 1. So one more object created, account 2, means that moment account will be 2. Okay, like that. Okay. And balance, for the balance, one parameter I have passed here. Initially you take the balance as 0. Okay. Now this is what main function I have written. Under this one object created, main function. Under the main function, account 1 is the object, first object, account holder object, for whom Vasu, okay, it is an object, and his account number is equal to 1. 0 is the initial balance. Okay. Initial balance of 0. Now under the main function, we need to write what that is somewhat options we need to write. So all that options, they must be written inside of your main function. Options are what? Like print, bracket. Options are what? One dot deposit. Okay. Print 2 dot bracket 2 dot deposit means. Next is what? Your 2 is for what? Withdraw. Like that. You need to write code. So next, third for what? Print. Third for. So this is a text will be displayed in front of on the display, so that user will choose the options. Withdraw. Next is what? Balance check. Third for balance. Okay, balance check. Okay. Fourth is for what? Execute. Sorry, exit. Exit for what? To exit the app. Okay. To exit from the app. Okay. 4 options we have given in front of the whom? In front of your client. Okay. So 4 options. So whenever he now, then after one that is what, one message to be displayed in front of him, that is what, to enter a number. So int, always int function. Why? Because input function we need to use instead of the request for enter a number. Otherwise option, enter, choose an option. Otherwise choose an option. Okay. Choose an option. So that moment what happened? So if this display this display displays choose an option, so that must be under, this is under main function. Okay. So number. Okay. Otherwise option. Okay. Choice. So number is equal int input, choose an option. So that whatever the option he chooses means 1, suppose he enters 1, that will be stored in number. Okay, number. So why int function input function you use it to take the user input, and by input function whatever you feed, that will be considered as a string. So convert the string into integer int function, use it. After that, that integer will be stored in this number. Now we will write the code like this. If number is equal to 1, user enters 1, so that moment what happened, whenever user enters 1 means he wants to do the deposit. So that moment we need to write condition if see what happened here. Under this we will use one loop that is called while loop. While true, while true. Why I have written while loop here? So why I have not used for loop here? While loop will be used, so until the condition satisfied, loop will be iterates. So to loop, every time these options will be displayed in front of the client every time. Okay, for multiple operations until he doesn't want to exit, same list of operations, list of choices will be displayed in front of him until the loop satisfies. Okay, so while loop I have used here. Inside of this we need to keep a indentation here, otherwise it will give error. Okay, all these statements must be under. Okay, now so choose an option. Whenever whenever the client chooses any option, that moment we need to write what? If condition. If number is what? Enter number option. If number is equal to 1, so that moment what happens means he wants to deposit the money. So that method to be executed. What method? This method, deposit method. The deposit method part of your bank account. So for that we have created an object, where we have created object that is account 1. Okay, so now account 1 for the ACCT1, account 1 dot operator will be used here to call that method. What is that? Call that method deposit method. Okay, you call that method. Okay, if number is equal to 1, okay, means user wants to deposit the money, so that moment call the deposit method. Understood that? So if number equal to 1, choice, your choice means option equal to 1, deposit, user wants to deposit the money. So before this we need to display a message to the user. That is what? Okay, so int bracket input, we need to display a message to the user to enter the deposited amount. Enter deposit amount. Okay, this message will be displayed in front of the user. So that amount to be stored in a variable amount. Okay, why amount? Because at this method, in deposit method, I have used a variable amount. Okay, same, that's why I need to take the same amount. So why? Because so whenever user chooses deposit option by pressing 1, so that is equal to, that will be stored in number, And if number equal to 1 means user requesting for deposit, so one message to be displayed in front of him, please enter deposit amount. So that amount will be you are taking through input function, that will be a string, so convert that into integer by. So this moment na, in front of this in place of this you use float. Why? Because float, so if he enters the amount, any float number, so 5500 dot 50 rupees, okay, 5500 dot 50, so float, that amount will be stored in this amount variable. Okay, now what happened at that moment, this account dot deposit, so pass this amount variable, okay, and this account one is the object, okay, ACC. So one remove this ACCT1, okay, one object created for Vasu. This is the account of Vasu, account holder, his account number is equal to 1, so initial balance 0. In 24th line I have written the code. So account 1 dot deposit amount. So now what happened here, okay, so next, if number is what, your equal to 2, which number, user choice number, he is requesting for deposit, otherwise withdraw. Okay. So if number is equal to, that moment, see what happens, if number is equal to, so which method to be activated, which method, this same account 1 dot, which method, withdraw method, method means always with the bracket, they must be called with bracket. This method to be called as it is, you have 15th line withdraw method you have created, withdraw, that method to be called here in bracket you need to pass amount. Next, why? Because now that amount, here one more message to be displayed for, so here one more message, that is what, amount is equal to float. Why float? I want to, whenever user enters the amount, maybe in float number, so float, so to take the input from the user, input, and display a string message, text message, enter the withdrawal amount, enter withdraw amount, okay. So that moment, so what happened, whatever the withdraw amount, that will be stored in amount, and that variable I have passed whenever the method is called withdraw, okay. So because in withdraw also method I have used in 15th line one amount parameter, okay. That moment 16th line it will consider if amount equal to what, at the time of withdrawal, if amount is less than or equal to balance, so withdrawal amount request, okay, that if it is less than balance, so successfully withdrawal can be done, okay, otherwise insufficient funds will be displayed. So next word, see, if next is what, else, next is for word after, that is what, balance checking. Okay, next option, if num is equal to 3. 3 is for what? Balance check. Okay, now number 3 is equal to balance check. To check the balance, what if number is equal to 3, that moment which method we need to call? ACC account, ACCT1 dot which method? Balance method. We have created a balance method. Okay, so balance balance method. Okay, now this is to be kept under if tab, otherwise it will give error. Account also part of. Okay, this here also we need to give indentation. Account to be pushed towards under inside of the if function, but all must be under while loop. Next, if not elif. Okay, here also elif. Okay, next one more elif, that is for what? If number is equal to 4. 4 for what? To exit no? 4 for to exit what? To exit the program. Okay, elif print a message. Okay, message, thanks for your visit. Okay, thanks for your visit. And then break for what? To exit the program. Else print. Okay, invalid operation. Suppose if he types other than 1 2 3 4 options. Okay, so print invalid operation, try again. Okay, comma, try again. This is will be okay. Now this is the execution part, logic execution part. Okay, now logic execution part, that is total entire code written inside of your main function, and your core functionality, the code written under the core function written inside of the class. Okay, so there is separation between core functionality and the main logic, execution logic. That execution logic written inside of the main functions, so that there is a separation, because 23 line def main function, now that is totally, there is no any indentation I have given. Okay, there is no any indentation, so that's why this main function will be considered separately. Okay, now what we need to call the main function. How can we call the main function? Okay, here see, double underscore, name is double underscore equal to, okay, double underscore name double underscore. Okay, but it must be kept in double quotation marks. So one here we need to use if. Okay, now colon here, tab main function called the code. I hope that if it will be executed, this much of code I have written. So let us see what happened here. So indentation error, unexpected indent in line 4. Line 4, where is that line 4? So one space I have to now here everything is done. So that indentation we need to check that. Now let us see what happens. So syntax error, in which line? Syntax error, closing parenthesis does not match opening in line 14. Line 14 in error, print your amount deposited successfully. Self that. Why this flower base is no need here. Okay, now run this code. Syntax error in line 14. Syntax in line 14, print your amount deposited successfully, comma, self dot balance. So this single quotation mark not needed here. Okay. Now come down. Syntax error, self AC is equal to AC. Self AC is equal to AC. Self dot. Syntax error means I need to give dot here. Okay. So now indentation error in line 16. Maybe expected and indented dot after if statement. Line 16. Line 16. Withdraw self amount if amount. So this print to be given under the if statement. Okay. Else. Okay. Indentation error line 21. Left balance in unindent doesn't match. Line 21. Line 21. Line 21, then balance self. Print your balance if else. Syntax error, invalid syntax. If underscore name main, invalid syntax, maybe you mean is equal to. So here at the end of the code, here I need to use this. Okay. If name, okay, there is no any gap required here. Okay, now see, options are deposit, withdraw, balance, exit 4. Choose an option. 1. Enter deposit amount 5,000. But name error. Name balance is not defined. Name balance is not defined. Where in line 47, 34, 50. Name balance 34. Deposit amount. Balance. Subtract balance. If you remove this as balance here, there is no need problem. If you write subtract balance is equal to 0, okay, that moment at the type of calling of this, remove this. Okay. Now see. 13, 34, 47. 13, 34, 13. Self dot balance is very important. Self dot balance. Otherwise, it will give error. 1 enter 44,000. Okay, your amount deposited successfully. Okay, balance 0. Deposit, withdraw, balance, exit. Choose an option. So whenever you have deposit, enter deposit amount 4,000. Enter deposit amount 4,000. Your amount deposited successfully. So balance, that is to be, okay, that is what name dot self dot name self dot name, amount self dot balance, deposited self dot balance, your amount deposited successfully. We need to keep enter an option. Okay, enter an option 2. What happened? Withdrawal amount 2,000. Okay, insufficient funds. Okay, deposit, choose an option 3. Enter option 3. So balance check, not callable. Choose an option balance check. Okay, under the balance, if balance, print your balance self dot balance, and whenever we are calling this else number account 1 dot balance. Okay, account dot 1 balance, under the balance self dot balance. Okay, ఇప్పుడు రన్ చేస్తే ఇండెంటేషన్, inconsistent use of tabs and spaces in indentation, line 17. Self dot balance is line 17. Self dot balance, if amount self dot balance minus equal inconsistent use of tabs and spaces in line 17. Self dot choose an option 1. Amount 4,000. Amount deposited successfully 4,000. Okay, enter, choose an option 2. Okay, enter withdraw amount 4,000, 2,000. Okay, your withdraw successfully done, current balance 2,000. Choose an option 3. 3 for what? 3 for that is to be done. 3 is what? Your balance checking. Okay, so for balance, okay, next is what? If enter, okay, 3, 2, your withdraw amount 8,000, insufficient funds. Okay, choose an option 1, 4,000. So your amount deposit successfully 4,900 rupees. Now withdraw option 2. Enter withdraw amount 3,034 rupees. So successfully done, current balance out of 3018 60 rupees. Okay, this is okay. But third option is what our balance checking. So whenever I enter third option, so balance to be shown, that this is the error. Okay, we need to now run this code. Enter option 3, choose an option, your balance 0. Okay, fourth, thanks for your visit. So successfully the code is done. Okay, successfully the code is done. So whenever we have entered 4, what happened here, whenever I have entered 4 means exit, thanks for your visit message. Okay, if I have given any option which is not in the list, 6 is not in the list, so invalid operation, try again. Okay, so whatever the options within the list, they will be executed only, they will be executed. That is very very interesting program to simulate the, like your bank, like your bank simulation application management transactions. Okay, this is very nice. Choose an option. So at this option we can give some word separations, like what, choose an option. Where is choose an option? Under the that is what execution program, na? Under the main function, choose an option. Here if we give like what, some, that is what separation, huh? That is, it looks somewhat better. Okay, so choose an option. So one, for enter deposit amount 4,000 rupees you are depositing. So your amount deposited successfully 4,000. So that moment, na, you want to get amount, na, self dot amount, you write inside of this your amount, na, you write here self dot amount. Okay, self dot amount. So automatically it takes your self dot withdraw, self dot, your self dot amount. Here also we need to write self dot amount, huh? Okay, whatever, let us see first withdraw. Okay, then successfully done. Select an option 1, enter amount 5,000 rupees. So your self dot amount deposited successfully 5,000. So no, your amount, your amount, so that amount, okay, successfully self dot balance, your request, withdraw request, withdraw request successfully done. Okay, 5,000 rupees I have mentioned here. So amount deposited successfully 5,000 rupees. Deposit withdraw 4,000 rupees requested for. So your withdraw request successfully done. Current balance just, and choose an option 3. So your balance. So choose an option 4. Thanks for it. So this is the code I have written. Okay, lengthy code to create a Python program to simulate like a bank account management system. The program should be allow the user to perform operations, deposit operations, withdraw, balance check, okay, exit. These all are menu driven one menu driven interface to be given. So like this menu driven 1 2 3 4 menu driven, then option. So user will choose the option. Whenever user chooses that option, one for a deposit, that moment that method written inside of the core functionality. So that methods I have written for separate method for deposit, deposit method. For withdraw method, under the withdraw, if the withdraw request, if that amount is less than balance, so then your request will be done. If your request is more than balance, so it prints out, it gives a printout the insufficient funds. And for balance checking, separate method, show balance self. Okay, so balance. Okay, for all of the transaction methods written inside of your core functionality, for execution of your what logic execution, logic. See, this is under written main function, that is the logic. Whatever logic I have written here, that logic is what, this loop, while loop will be used here, so to continuously show the options in front of the user so that he will choose. Okay, no need to run the program again and once his transaction for deposit. Okay, then again same options will be shown in front of you, so that no need to run the program. Okay, so the user in the program until he will not exit. So here finally what I have written, this name, if name is equal to main, this is what to call the main function, to call the main function. So here under the under this 46th line code, it will ensure that only the code which is written inside of the main function will be executed, not no any code written under a module that will not be accepted. Okay, code written inside of the main function, that will be executed. If you store any code under the part of a module, that will not be accepted. Okay, understood that? Okay, very interesting programming, lengthy code. Okay, anybody wants to do this, he can he can do this type of projects. Okay, so I think it is enough.